Welcome to Mostly Mets, and the game just ended, and the Mets took Game 3 of the series against the A's behind Senga. Big 7-inning performance today. We've been waiting so long for the Mets pitching staff to finally go past 5 or 6 innings, and it happened today. Senga was one of my keys to this series. I knew that we needed to see something out of him. He didn't necessarily need to look like the Senga of 2 years ago, but we did need to see some glimpse of that guy, and we did today. He got into some trouble. He had a couple walks. He scattered 4 hits, but really he was good, and he got out of trouble when he needed to, and he kept it under 80 pitches in 7 innings. So really impressive performance by Senga. And the bats were quiet most of the game, but they got going late. Severino was able to shut them down for 5 1/3 innings. He wasn't great, but he was good enough. He was working around a lot of trouble. He walked some guys, gave up some hits, but again, that's the same kind of thing we saw to Severino last year. He does give up those hits, he does give up walks, but he always seems to find a way just to get you some innings at least, and he was pretty good today. So the Mets were able to hit the bullpen. They ended up winning the game 8-0, and really the bats got going late. You see Lindor had a couple of hits. Torrens had a couple of hits. Nimmo a couple hits. Vientos finally got off the schneid a little bit there. He got a hit. Beatty hit a triple there in the 9th. So the bats really started going late, and it's a big difference from just what we saw the night before, where they couldn't do anything. Whether it was the starter, the relievers, didn't matter. The Mets couldn't get anything going. This was kind of a weird series to me. The first game of the series, we saw a very stressful late inning performance when it kind of looked like they were going to cruise for a while. Diaz gave it up. The bullpen really kind of struggled in that first game. And then in the second game, the bats went completely silent. And then in the third game, the bats were silent most of the game and then came alive late. You finally got the great pitching performance. The bullpen was good again with Minter and Kranick finishing out the game. They both looked very good. And really, this is a team that they should have beat. You have to take a minimum of 2 out of 3 from the A's. They're just not a good team. You can see it. Their defense was terrible in this whole series. You have easy ground balls to second base that they're booting. You saw in the 9th inning today, if you were watching, the center fielder just missing a ball. Just terrible. He just missed it. It wasn't even like it was a hard play or anything. He just missed the ball. Tyrone Taylor added a triple on one of those bad kind of plays. So, listen, everything clicked for the Mets in this third game. They finally got the pitching, and their hitting woke up. Everybody in this lineup had a hit today except for Juan Soto and Pete Alonso, and those are the 2 guys that you feel like you need for them to get hits to win the game, and they didn't. Soto still looks like he's struggling a little bit to me. I'm not worried about him. I think the discourse around him being concerned about him is crazy. He's going to be fine. He still has an on-base percentage over 400. He had 2 more walks today. Yes, he was 0 for 3, but he got 2 walks. So the hits will come with him. The power will come with him. I'm not worried about it. Pete Alonso has been raging hot, but in the last 2 games, he started to struggle. He's slipping a little bit. You're not going to stay as hot as he was for the whole season. He's going to have dips in performance, but he's still putting together good at-bats. He's still working long counts. So overall, I think this is a positive series, especially if this game ended 2-1 or 3-2, maybe I wouldn't be thinking that it was all that positive because, let's face it, the offense still isn't consistent. They're just not. You've been relying on performances by 1 guy or 2 guys in the lineup every game. And today, everybody was contributing, whether even Beatty and Vientos, who have been struggling so much, got hits in this game. Torrens had 3 hits in this game. So everybody up and down the lineup is contributing. And if you're able to do that and win while your 2 big middle-of-the-lineup stars like Soto and Alonso don't do anything, then that's pretty successful. If you're able to score 8 runs and those guys do nothing, that's a very successful game, and overall, a very successful series. And that's really it. I'm just excited about this win. Now we go to Minnesota, and I really haven't looked too much into Minnesota yet and how they've done so far this season, but I know they got off to a bit of a slow start. So we'll see. I'll probably break that down in another video, the upcoming series. But yeah, we're going to Minnesota before coming back home, and I'm excited for it. I think the Mets are looking pretty good right now, and I don't think I would have said that last night, but it seemed like the offense got it clicking a little bit today. And obviously with getting a little length in the rotation, that's always a plus. You didn't have to burn out the bullpen today, especially with no off day before the next series. So yeah, that's really all I got. And until next time, let's go Mets.